puck drop, and we are underway here inside the Songa Center. Kenzie alone with you alongside Dave Starman as we are back after the international break, and that's always a big, question mark for coaches. Dave, is how will the team come back together? Will they stay connected, or maybe it's a break that was needed?
I think any break is a good break. It's interesting, you talk to coaches all over, and they'll always talk about how the break helps you re-energize. What Courtney Kessel wants from her team, especially here at home, is early attention to detail. Make sure they get to their game quick, and their game is get north, get pucks moving, get pucks behind defense, and play really well off the back ends.
Dave, we talked about that exciting line with Susanna Tapney, who's out here now going to work with Rattray and Sophie Shirley, so they'll get the start here tonight as Susanna Tapney dons some green, some new colors for her as this line goes to work for Toronto. Malteo backhand shot, a save made by Soderberg, so Toronto getting some offensive time early here tonight.
Well, you play defensively off the goal line versus off the backboards can dictate a lot of limiting chances from teams using net back.
And Boston, you're really getting used to that, of course, on a 6-game homestand right now. This is the 3rd game marker, so the halfway point. So really learning how to use that space in behind the goal crease to their advantage. Already a power play goal for her so far this season. She feeds it down low, brought fast. First on it, Tapney getting some time on the power play. A huge momentum swing for her. And for the near side pass for Mueller. Shirley keeps it in, drops it for Mueller, back for Keller. Keller walks the line, finds Mueller. Mueller lets it go just near side. Emma Malte looks to flip it out. Keller keeps it in. Sophie Shirley has room. Shirley finds Mueller, who lets it go off a body in front. It might have been Hillary Knight as she returns to her feet.
So we talked about Shirley and how well she plays off the puck and how she creates space. And that was just another great example. She saw the puck come up top, so she wheeled up top just inside the blue line, had plenty of room to receive that pass, and then some room to drive downhill. Just good hockey IQ.
Sophie Shirley got that lone goal in the game against Montreal. Of course, it was Laura Stacey in overtime who was the difference maker in favor of Montreal, who sits first in the PWHL right now. Rougeau feeds it ahead, looking for Sarah Nurse, who's coming off the rivalry series as well. 11 players total on this Toronto team took part in the 7-game rivalry series over the course of the year. Morin tries to feed it up high. She'll recover. Cindy Morin from Minnetonka, Minnesota feeds it ahead. Under 30 seconds to go on Boston's opening power play, kept in the zone by Marvin. It'll be kicked out. Some great hand-eye coordination by Vasco. Rattray on the outside, looking net front for Laura Gable. Got a lot of success last time against Toronto, 2 goals and an assist, but here comes Natalie Spooner. Fresh off the rivalry series, got 2 goals in that final Game 7 deciding game. Emma Malte as well followed up in the 3rd period with 2 goals to solidify that 6-1 victory against the United States to complete the reverse sweep.
Amazing that back-to-back years, Team Canada's come back from 0-3.
It's an interesting dynamic, the United States being made up of so many college players. Those college players are ineligible in that February game, so because Canada, an older group just by nature, having that familiarity and the majority of their team together helps them find that success in those deciding games.
Up Troy Ryan, head coach of Toronto, who's the head coach of Team Canada, talking to you and I about that earlier this week, about how it comes together a little quicker with the amount of returning veteran players.
Renata Fast, very much one of those veterans as she gets it in deep, and Toronto is looking to go to work down low, feeds it across, looking for Hannah Miller. 2 goals for Toronto last time against Boston. Fast jumps down. Toronto's going to use that as an opportunity to go for a change. Out comes Rebecca Leslie. Chance out in front, Blair Turnbull trying to bring it home.
Toronto gets a pretty good kick at the can here. Good offensive play. Here's using the net back to their advantage, and a nice little stop by Turnbull. To me, Turnbull is the kind of player that can generate a lot of things by herself. She can play a heavy game, she can play a skill game. Here, she gets a great opportunity just to crank a jam play to the front of the net.
Like alongside Jessie Comfort here tonight for Ryan, just liking that duo. Thinks they could really build something special. 2 big bodies, able to move the puck well. North, south, as Hannah Brand takes it in over the line. Brand trying to feed that centering pass. Brand follows up with support, now near side. Instead, Hillary Knight picks it up on the far side corner. She takes a look, trying to find the point pass. Now a foot race begins, and Victoria Bach looking to be first on it. Bach just playing her 2nd game here in the PWHL, finishing off replacement with Teachers College. A chance out in front, Rougeau lets it go. Emma Soderberg tests it again. Face off to the left of Soderberg. Boston wins it back. Emily Brown looking to win this board battle. Hogan jumps down for help. Brown does come away with it, looking for Sophie Shirley on the near side. Howard getting there first. Instead, a 2-on-1 unfolding the other way. Tapany feeds it, far side pass, and it'll go off the pad of Kristen Campbell. A great chance early for Boston. Now heading back the other way, Sam Cogan looking net front. Cogan hoping to follow it up a play. As Ali Monroe settles. Looking on the near side, trying to find Brittany Howard. Cogan getting pushed up against boards by DiGirolamo. Another board battle continues. Rattray trying to intercept this pass, giving some time for Cogan.
Power play coming.
Campbell to the bench. Out comes Sarah Nurse as the extra attacker, but the whistle will go. Looks like high stick will be the call, so we'll get a look at Toronto's power play.
And Boston with a good chance just a moment ago. We talked about Tapany and some of the things she can do. Good offensive stick here. She can't make a pass across. It's a really good defensive play using the slide to eliminate a real good, clean cross-ice pass. So it gives the goalie the notice that the shot's coming direct, allows her to play it a little bit better. Campbell did. And a good chance for Boston and a good defensive job by Toronto.
For Boston, the top penalty kill right now in the PWHL, sitting at 93%. Just over 93%, only allowed one power play goal against. Toronto's power play starting to click just before the international break. A lot of fast now, picking up speed. Fast on the outside, pushes it down, getting pinned up against the boards by Megan Keller. There's a rock on the near side, trying to keep it in.
By the way, that call was made by referee Jake Camrus, who had 32 minutes in penalties when he played here at Lowell.
Homecoming for him, back out on the ice in a different capacity.
He did have 46 points too on top of that, but had a few penalties.
Now out in front, LaRock lets the shot go. Spooner trying to bring it home, and that is what she does best. Net front, digging out those rebound opportunities. Flanagan now trying to take a lane. Callie Flanagan holding out in front, trying to look for Spooner. Flanagan from Hudson, New Hampshire. No stranger here to the Boston region, played for the Pride for a few years. LaRock trying for the far side pass for Flanagan. It'll get sent all the way down by Gerard. Back to Toronto now and behind the goal line, looking ahead, looking for Hannah Miller. Miller now gets the blue line, has Blair Turnbull streaming down the right side. Chance out in front. Glenn LaBelle feeds it back. Turnbull to the blue line. Miller calling for it. Now down low for Turnbull. She'll hold. Finds Miller on the near side. Miller taking her time. She'll scan her options. Under 50 seconds to go on this Toronto power play. Intercepted, looking to head back the other way. A break now on the far side. Just in time as Mueller comes out and her shot just high. Alina Mueller, what can she do? I mean, 2 goals, 7 assists so far for her on this season. Playing on this top line alongside Chaussel, rounding it out on the left side, reuniting with Lauren Gable as well. As Rougeau looks to be first on it, he's returned to 5-on-5 play. Monroe looking for the stretch pass for Rebecca Leslie. Leslie, who spent many years at Boston University, coming back, looking to walk away with a win here tonight.
A lot of Boston area players in that Toronto lineup, including 3 teammates from BU.
And they did quite well together. Leslie and Bach were line mates for many years at Boston University. Great point production as well. Jessie Comfer spent years there, finished her 5th and final year of eligibility with Wisconsin. Entered that transfer portal just before that final year. Near side pass for Shirley. She looks up ice. Back to the point. Fracken's shot will get blocked by Victoria Bach.
Great facilities, by the way, at Wisconsin. Saw the women's setup this summer when I was there, and boy, do they have it there. Their own rink, own facilities, beautiful setup for Mark Johnson and the Wisconsin Badgers.
Madison, Wisconsin hosting the 2022 U18 Women's World Hockey Championship, and treated those countries well as Hillary Knight comes in looking for her second of the season. She'll let it go. Blocker saved by Campbell, but a rebound chance out in front as Bach clears it away. Marin trying to keep it in. Rattray tired. She'll go for a change. Out comes Taylor Gerard coming off the rivalry series. She made her United States debut as Gerard holds it. She'll let that shot go. Emily Brown trying to keep this puck in the zone. Kogan looking to head back the other way. Long shot from the point. Pad save made by Campbell.
What you're seeing is a lot of really good offensive zone possession time, but you're also seeing some really good chances on the rush.
Bright future ahead. This is again just the inaugural season, 24 games, a shortened season at that, and we've already seen our first trade. And Susanna Tapany has not missed a beat since joining Boston here tonight. As that puck gets rimmed around, Tapany looking to be first on it. Shirley beats her there for Fratkin, who tries to flip it at center. Malte scoops it up, looking to head back the other way. Emma Malte on the far side, scoring the first ever jailbreak goal in PWHL history. Looking for center, tries for the one-time shot. Susanna Tapany right in her way. Turnover chance, Rattray on the far side, scanning. She'll feed it around, waiting for fresh legs to come out on the ice. Mueller jumps in. Gable tries to win that stick battle.
So Toronto recovered, but Rattray made a great play. 1-on-3, slowed it down, allowed the cavalry to arrive, and then rimmed it around to the far side to create a race and get above puck so they can reload. That's just really good hockey IQ by Rattray.
Natalie Spooner sends it deep into the zone. 7 goals leading the PWHL right now. She's got 4 in her last 2 games, and well, if you include the rivalry series game on Sunday in Minnesota, 2 more to add to that total in recent games for her.
Yep, those secondary wins like that one. So there's a draw that you don't really win clean, but they still have possession. They got above the puck, they got a good jump off the wall, and now they get a chance out of it.
Troy Ryan, of course, head coach of the Team Canada program, as you mentioned. Well, Courtney Kessel, an assistant coach. So just a few days ago, they were coaching together, but now back on their respective benches for this regular season game tonight in the PWHL. And for Toronto, they kept it easy last week as the players kept practicing throughout the week. And a story later on of Toronto getting an outdoor rink practice with the Toronto Maple Leafs as well, and only having 1 practice before this game here tonight. So back to business as usual for PWHL Toronto. They're going to finish off their win momentum that they had before the break. Miss Bach feeds it ahead. Leslie back for Victoria. Bach, she'll shoot. Emma Soderberg will hold on at the top of her crease. We talked about that Boston University chemistry, and well, it's on display here tonight in Lowell.
She impressed. Oh, I'm sorry, kid. She really impressed me with how well she uses her hands, especially in tight, getting her hands over the puck, getting her chin over the puck. I like the way she squares up in tight spots, and it allows her to make a lot of really good second saves.
And by shootout, I meant shutout. Gotta love a big 0 on the scoreboard, and you walk away getting that 2-0 victory. Their first win at home. Of course, this Friday will be a big game for them at home against Montreal. Scotiabank Arena, over 18,000 tickets already sold. It will be an electric environment. The battle continues in front of Toronto's bench. Susanna Tapany right in the middle, pops out for Rattray. Rattray takes a look as Shirley tries to keep it in. Megan Keller with support. Keller down low for Tapany. She'll look to reverse the play, finds Shirley. Already building some chemistry here with Shirley and Tapany. Bracken, far side for Keller. She'll let that wrist shot go. Rebound chance away. Tapany so close to getting her first here with Boston. Tough angle shot, but it will land, followed up with a chance. Howard looking for her second of the season. She'll shoot from any angles, and you never know what can happen.
I'll tell you what, this is a really nice play by Howard. She goes down low, she wins a race into the corner, gets a puck, dead angle shot, bingo, puts it in a spot where she get a rebound. Here's the one race. Doesn't waste any time, puts it to the front of the net, catches Boston sleepy, and gets a second opportunity. Those plays, as seasons go on, pay dividends, and love the work ethic by Howard there.
She put up 26 points in 20 games last year with the Toronto Six, winning the Isabelle Cup. As Fast looks to move this puck ahead, connects with LaRocque on the far side, feeds it ahead. Alina Mueller reads the play. At battle now with Howard. Gosville jumps in for help. LaRocque finds partner in Renata Fast.
You know, it's funny watching Howard in that game against Minnesota right before the break. The one thing that really jumped out at me was her shoot first mentality. Like no matter where she was, it's going to goal and we're not going to play around.
Malte in with speed, flipped ahead, and Serner scores! Toronto has opened the scoring here in Boston as this line continues to heat up for Toronto.
So 2 really good shifts strung back to back, and Toronto this time cashes in. A little bit of a broken play as the shot got blocked on its way to the net. But the beauty of it was Nurse continuing to go. Watch 20 in white. Gets through the D, puck comes to the front of the net. There's that old saying, go where the goals are, and those goals are in front of the net. She just kept going to the net, stick down. Shot went to the front of the net, and it got blocked. She kept tracking, picked up the puck, and fired it home. So Toronto with back-to-back really good shifts and really good chances, and you can see they have got their feet moving.
Well, Troy Ryan said he wanted to keep this line together. Nurse, Malte, and Spooner, and that is exactly why. They are building great chemistry, finding that offensive flair right now, and Sarah Nurse with her 2nd of the season. As Toronto opened the scoring, they did last time they played Boston as well. It was Miller in the first period. Malte now going back to work, trying to chip it by Sydney Morin. Marianne Rougeau taking a look, finds Malte. Turnbull looking net front. She had Comfort driving, and we talked about that face-off part of Toronto's game looking to improve. Well, Sarah Nurse's numbers are pretty good so far, sitting at 54%. Area of her game that's also strong so far in this PWHL regular season. Rougeau tries to gain possession, puck rolls deep into Toronto's zone. Miller calls for it, she'll receive, looking centering pass. Pelkey trying to use the boards to her advantage. Toronto will send it deep into the zone. Hannah Miller will be first on it.
You said that a couple times tonight. Toronto puck dumped in and they're first on it. Like, their feet are going, and they're the kind of team where they get offensively rolling and they can make a lot of things happen. 2 goals in 50 seconds against Minnesota the other night. They're a team that when they play with pace can really control a game.
Leslie, cross-ice play, looking for Victoria Bach. Connors gets a shot opportunity. Instead, it will be a penalty. It'll go against Victoria Bach. 2 minutes for hooking. And
Bach will get the gate and allow Boston to throw back into this game. This last few minutes have been all white. And there's the penalty with the stick on the hands. Morin can't make the play. And Boston back to the power play.
0-for-1 so far in this game. Every night now, settling this puck. Finds Alina Mueller on the near side. Back for Sophie Shirley along the point. Shirley weighing her options, trying to connect to Mueller. Renata Fast reading the play. Hillary Knight jumps down for help. Megan Keller walks to center. Far side pass for Tapney, who loads. Her shot just wide. Shirley able to keep this puck in the zone. Tapney down low, finds Hillary Knight. Knight taking a look. Finish off her rivalry series performance with 6 points. Her tied for most in the 7 games. Keller taking a look. High shot off a few bodies in front. Will end up in the corner. Hillary Knight now in control. Knight finds Tapney. Great passing by Boston so far. Shirley keeps the play going. Running out of room though. Instead, Sophie Shirley tries to get by Sarah Nurse. Nurse will go for a change as Natalie Spooner tries to be first on it. Boston, a quick transition, and they're back deep into Toronto zone. Gigi Marvin working hard along the board. She is control. Tomorrow, Minnesota is chip and chase. Marvin to the point. Morin keeping things along the exterior. She'll let that shot go, and Kristen Campbell will not let a rebound in sight.
Nice shot by Morin. Really good puck movement by Boston with their first unit. Their second unit gets an opportunity too. Here they work the side, and no hesitation by Morin. She blasted through. Didn't get the screen she wanted as Campbell got a really good look at it. Gets that thing covered up pretty quick. Really good first shift, so momentum gained by Boston on the power play.
Malte wins a face-off. 3-on-2 as Boston outnumbers Toronto deep in the corner. Morin back to the point. Sydney Morin weighs her options. Opts for a pass to Lauren Gable. Back for Morin. One-time high shot. Rattray hoping to tip it in front. Under 15 seconds to go on Boston's power play. Rattray keeps it in. Rattray takes a look out in front, hoping for a pass to Gable. Lauren Gable now. Another look. Top of the circles. Lets it go. That gets blocked. Another chance. Rattray will pick it up. This penalty expires. Will return a 5-on-5. Boston with control. A tough angle shot by Gable. Boston just throwing everything on net. Anna Brandt going to find that centering pass as Flanagan looking to head back down into Boston zone.
They didn't get one on the power play, but they got the momentum of the game back, and that's what they needed. Toronto had a 4 or 5 minute segment where they were really good, and now Boston takes it back a bit.
Here comes Leslie. She finds Bach in front, hoping for Maggie Connors, who's also coming off her debut with Team Canada in the rivalry series. Fun line to watch here for Toronto. DiGirolamo finds Hannah Brandt. Brandt back to DiGirolamo. She'll let that shot go and into the glove of Campbell, so she'll get the whistle. Campbell, who's worked many years with Brad Cookwood, who's now the coaching staff with Toronto. That familiarity, working with your goalie coach consistently for so many years, carrying over that relationship into a pro level. You have to think working well for her. Now is Rattray. Beads it around.
And he is a big-time goalie coach.
Durley looking in front. Now it's a battle against time. Toronto was hoping for that extra push. Malte still with time. She gets pushed up against the boards.
Oh, what a hit.
Malte slow to get up here. She's tangled. Play will continue at the other end as Malte will make her way back down deep into the zone. As final 10 seconds here in the first period. Blair Turnbull finding Malte. Will just hold on and wind down this clock, and well, that will do it for the first 20 here in Lowell. Boston down by 1.
Malte outraced Fratkin to negate the icing, and Fratkin let her know she wasn't happy about it. Here's the end of the race. Won by Malte. Fratkin finishes and sends a little bit of a message as Boston picks up the physical play and the momentum late in the period.
Sarah Nurse with the opening goal, getting her second of the season, and Sarah Nurse joins us now. Well, Sarah, fresh off the rivalry series, you're back with Malte and Spooner. Do you think that chemistry is really lending a hand here in this PWHL game?
Yeah, I think we've been able to build a lot of chemistry. I think the three of us have a super open dialogue, and we're really honest with each other. We've been able to complement each other, and I have to give a huge shout out to Alexa Vasco on that goal. She made a change, told me to stretch, and it ended up in the back of the net.
Well, the key thing on that goal was your ability to keep your feet moving. You guys had a couple of really good shifts, and your line finished off on that one. That's got to be a theme on the bench, right? Just keep the feet moving.
For sure. This is a team that we know that we can outskate any team in the league, and so when we keep our feet moving, a lot of good things happen. We have a lot of skill, we have a lot of compete, and so we're very happy with that period.
Thanks, Sarah. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Lee Fratkin from Burnaby, BC, moves it ahead. Straight into Toronto's zone as Shirley looks to pin fast up against the boards. LaRock has some space.
Toronto did get outshot in that period, but their shots were a little bit more of the grade A variety than Boston's. Boston's volume shot, they shot a bit from the outside, a bit from the perimeter.
He's on a little bit of a point streak right now. 2 in our last 2 games. As Keller lets a shot go from the point, just high. Fratkin trying to keep this in. Malte will send it down. There will be an icing, so another offensive zone face-off here for Boston. Anna Brandt letting it go from the far side. An assist for her so far in the regular season.
Best line about Keller was, and she never gets tired.
And she logs big minutes for the United States. You look most recently at the rivalry series with those college players not being there. Trying some new combinations. Played with Savannah Harmon, PWHL Ottawa's defender. Just a mainstay on the back end. She sits 3rd all time in the points department at the Women's Worlds. And points by a defender. Anna Miller looks to feed it back. Toronto trying to build this breakout. Spooner looking for Turnbull at center. Marvin picks up the loose puck, and Boston sending it right back down into Toronto's zone. Arcangelo comes out for Boston. From Brighton, Michigan, Gigi Marvin tries to be first on it. She'll beat Jessie Comfort.
Great area, by the way, Brighton, Michigan. Fun, a lot of restaurants, good spots. Nice little spot.
All right, you sold me, Dave. We'll have to go. Road trip. Lauren Gable looking to head back the other way. Gable just chip it down. She'll go for a change. Lenskowski will count out here for Boston. A few years of the Boston Pride. Keller. Wazowski now on the far side. Battling hard against Jocelyn Laurent. Wazowski comes out with it. Looking in front. Tapani calls for it. Early chance for Boston. Keller walking the line. Finds Tapani. Susanna Tapani lets it go, and a great glove by Kristen Campbell.
Well, Tapani is flying. When you get traded, that first game after you get traded tends to be a really exciting game because you want to immediately make an impact on your group and feel like part of it. Keller walks the line beautifully, and Tapani, with her second chance on that shift, gets a good one and a big-time stop by Campbell. Keller walks the line, Tapani walks in open space, and we've alluded to that throughout the broadcast about how good she is at finding soft ice.
She's coming off playing at the Euro Hockey Tour with Finland. She picked up 2 goals in a game against Switzerland, a 3-1 victory. Finland did, in fact, win at the end of it all, finished first overall in the standings. Rattray first on a 2-on-1 unfolding for Boston. Rattray has Tapani and opts for the shot. Great chance for Boston. Trying to tie this game up. Bach comes out with it. Running out of room as Sophie Shirley chases. Shirley, watchful eye on Bach as she streams through center. Offside will be the call as Toronto was just starting to gain some momentum there through neutral ice. Toronto now outnumbering Boston down low. Brandt working hard along the boards. Gerard now down low. Out in front for Hannah Brandt. Victoria Bach lifting her stick just in time. Toronto now back the other way. Great back check by Gerard. She looks to feed it ahead. Rebecca Leslie, a head-up play, met by pressure.
So one little thing that, and I'm sure it'll get talked about on the bench, if you're trying to break out and other team's on a line change, don't break out by the bench.
Or Gable lets it go. Rebound chance in front. Chance followed up. Mueller, an empty net. So close. Kristen Campbell trying to stay in front without her stick right now. The collision just in front of Boston bench will draw a penalty. Toronto's going to go to the power play. So Campbell will head to the bench.
Some great chances in front of the net. Started with a real good long pass out. That was after Toronto broke up, or Boston broke up Toronto's play in front of the net, and then all of a sudden, Boston went to work with a couple of really good opportunities. And the thing you gotta like if you're Boston is their second and third look and how well they flooded the front.
Alina Mueller so close on that play. Now she will sit for 2.
Somebody made a great comment about her, said she has no off button, Mueller, and she does. She's got a motor that just keeps chugging.
Graduate of Northeastern, she was a Patty Kazmaier finalist in every single one of her years, whether it was top 3 or top 10. So no surprise, Daniel Marmer picked her up in their first draft pick in the PWHL draft.
My wife was actually on the Kazmaier committee the 3 years that she was in the top 10, so we certainly heard a lot about her as the discussions and conference calls were going on.
You know, to think she finished that college career, so many points, surpassing Kendall Coyne Schofield even, and not winning that award. She would have been the first international player to win it as well. Just, again, so many talented players. It's hard to pick just the one. Sophie Jakes coming off a winner herself, and now she'll suit up for Minnesota tonight.
So from one great hockey area to another. And Boston and the Twin Cities are two of the great hockey hotbeds in this country.
Speaking that first period in your conversation, Dave, just felt the momentum was taken out of their group because of that power play. That's something you don't often hear from a coach.
And I like this line, which I'll tell you in a second.
Now a chance for Boston, shorthanded, looking for a shot out in front. Drawing a penalty as well. So we'll get some 4-on-4 play here for 18 seconds. So to get up, Kratkin, she'll head to the bench.
I'll tell you what, Mueller was halfway out of the box. She was convinced that this was pay dirt and a jailbreak. She got up, was grabbing for the door. Really nice job by Boston as they break out with some numbers. Play to the front of the net, smart, and there's the penalty on the short side of your screen.
Comfer's second penalty of the game. Allie Spooner fresh off the face-off. Trying to head back down into Boston's end. Tappany taking control to Keller. Hillary Knight now looking to go to work. She'll send it ahead, trying to allow Sophie Shirley to skate into it. Fast will pick it up. Out comes Mueller. So Boston to the power play. Natalie Spooner, short-handed, gaining speed, finds Sarah Nurse. Nurse now with the shot. Instead, it will be offside. She was just about to let that wrist shot go. Megan Keller taking it upon herself. She'll get the blue line. Tappany steps in for help. Hillary Knight trying to keep this puck deep into the zone. Shirley, last player back. Now finds Alina Mueller. Mueller has Knight. Knight a tip in front. Mueller follows up the play just on the outside. Another chance. Megan Keller drops down. A great sequence for Boston on this power play. And all made possible as Sophie Shirley kept the puck at center and found Alina Mueller on the far side.
What a pass she made. Just an indirect to space to allow speed to happen. What a great play.
Talking about speed, Morin just going end to end, bringing it deep into Toronto's zone. Marvin lets it go. That one just high. E.G. Marvin looking for her first here in the PWHL. She has 3 assists on her season. Jobs ult to center. Morin, far side in front. Lauren Cable tries to let it go.
Gable's so good below the circles, whether it's scoring goals or creating offense. You get her underneath the tops of the circles, she can make a lot of good things happen.
She scored the game-winning goal last time she saw Toronto. Can she get the tying goal as we return to 5-on-5 play? Confer will return to the ice as Renata Fast picking up speed. Fast sends it deep into the zone. Alamo will be first on it as Toronto goes for a whole change.
Every time Renata Fast touches the puck, it's a good touch. She creates offense, she kills plays, moves pucks into good spots, and she has just really been on her game since the opening shift.
First pair to ever shine with PWHL Toronto, one of the free agents. And for her hometown team, growing up in Burlington, Courtney Kessel, also from the Ontario region.
And she must have loved this play. That was the play I was talking about. Shirley, just an indirect to space, sends Mueller in, creates an odd player situation. A rush with numbers here. Good little play to the net. And they almost find pay dirt off a really simple play by Shirley.
Boston heating up. Looking to tie this game. Venskowski working hard along the far side. Tappany waits for pressure. Pulls in a few numbers. Alamo looking to keep this puck in the zone. Brown now looking for Tappany. Looks to spin that play back up high for Wensowski. Malte the other way. Malte out in front, trying to find Spooner. Masarber will put the glove down as the physicality is building. Off to find her net front with the United States on the power play. Again, a hat trick and a gold medal game. Not many people can say they've done that, but Hillary Knight solidifying that gold medal at the 2023 Women's Worlds. The United States will host the 2024 Worlds in Utica, New York, set for April, so another international break for the league. As Renata Fast looking to go end-to-end. Fast streaming through pressure, but can't get by Megan Keller. Instead draws the penalty. Toronto's going to go back to the power play, and Megan Keller can't believe it. Face off to the left of Soderberg. DiGirolamo first on it. Good look here for Toronto's power play, opting for this second unit. Blair Turnbull finds Fast. Fast and Larocque, not two players you often hear playing on power play time, but of course in Toronto, new roles will be found, and Fast now at the top of the circle is weighing her options. Finds Larocque. Now to the far side. Anna Miller looking to jump on the loose puck. Blair Turnbull settles. Larocque now. Taking a look. She'll go back to Miller. Hannah Miller walking in, turns back. Turnbull net front for Toronto. Fast takes a look. Toronto keeping things to the perimeter. Fast scanning. She'll shoot high, tipped in front, and it'll roll in behind Soderberg. Now below the goal line. Miller picks up the loose puck. Marianne Rougeau will take to the ice for Toronto. She has control now at the top of the circles. Rougeau down low for Comfer. She'll turn back. Comfer's going to hold on. Comfer punches it ahead. Miller. Now Larocque at the point. She'll let the wrist shot go. That gets blocked by DiGirolamo. A minute gone on Toronto's power play.
It's good possession by Toronto, but I thought Boston did a really nice job at taking away the lanes and not allowing Toronto to get a really good grade A.
The stretch play, Natalie Spooner all alone. Spooner, forehand, she scores! Natalie Spooner does it again. She just keeps on rolling. Toronto leads 2-0.
Oh, Toronto stretches the rink. And after a really good kill for a while, Boston falls asleep a little bit here, and Spooner sneaks behind, coming off on a change, and it's the long change. So she was by the blue line, just jumping off the bench. Nice puck control move to get the goal, but to me, it was the recognition of Spooner being open and Spooner coming on and get behind the defense. She quietly snuck behind. Nobody saw her, and what a great heads-up ice pass to spring Spooner in for a breakaway.
Extending her point streak as well.
Rougeau and Campbell are going to get the assist, so that's a happy goal for a guy like me. You get a defenseman and a goalie, both with an assist on a breakaway goal.
A great play by Toronto, getting the insurance marker. Now sitting comfortably here in the second, but a 2-goal lead. Never easy in hockey. Now it's Boston looking to respond. Gable lets the shot go.
And Rougeau was having a great shift right before she set up that goal with that pass.
Rougeau, of course, the shootout winner, now registering her first assist here in the regular season. Nurse cuts to center, trying to find Emma Malte on the left side. Bracken now below the goal line. She'll reverse, finds Megan Keller. Boston looking to regroup. Tapani feeds it ahead. Shirley pulls to center, looking for Rattray. Malte now met by Susanna Tapani along the boards. Keller jumping up in the play. Here comes Keller. Opts for the outside. Keller holds. Tries to get in around Callie Flanagan, who was just her teammate a few days ago with the United States. Boston on the quick regroup, trying to catch Toronto on a change. Caitlin Willoughby, in the PWHPA last few years, calls for it at center. That puck floats up high. Gigi Marvin plays it down. Brandt out in front for Knight. Flanagan off her skate. Now she'll get control. Back to Brandt, who keeps it in. Gerard out in front, trying to find Hillary Knight. Broken stick continues. A great play in front. Vasco.
That's what Toronto needs a little bit more of. A little bit more of those greasy plays in front of the net. Manufactured chances from net back, getting defenders to turn their bodies, and opening up plays from behind like Knight just did.
Boston getting closer. But still looking to break through on the score sheet. Puck floats inside. Soderberg will play it to the outside. Leslie, we're going to start the cycle. She'll hold on. Rebecca Leslie going for a skate. Leslie, head up play, lets it go off a body in front, and that'll ricochet up high as a collision ensues in the corner. Both players returning to their feet. Boston will go for a change. Jess Healy getting some time here for Boston. It's out just in time as Maggie Connors feeds it down low. Bach out in front, trying to find Leslie. Soderberg staying tight to her post. Surely a huge collision along the glass here that rolls into the bench, and this is a challenging sight to see both teams.
And you see her catch the stanchion. It kind of reminds you of that hit that Max Pacioretty took a few years back in Montreal. And you see her head bang right off the corner. Now, after that hit, the NHL changed the dynamics of the glass along the ends of the boards to go with the rounded ones. So just in case that happens, you're not hitting a stanchion flat on, which could cause more damage. The curved there, hoping to soften the blow a little bit in case you run into it.
So it is a curved glass here inside the Songa Center. Very challenging hit to see. We'll try and get an update on Sophie Shirley as this game goes on. So Boston now to the power play. Down by 2, and Mueller lets the shot go. Finds Hillary Knight. Knight to Mueller. Near side for Keller. Drops down for Tapani. Megan Keller catching Mueller on a skate. Opts for a pass to Tapani. Mueller will try again. Keller feeds Mueller. Now to center. Lena Mueller drops for Keller. One-time shot by Megan Keller. And that is a slap shot I would not want to block.
Great double screen by Boston in front of the net.
Megan Keller, one of the hardest shots in the women's game.
And Knight and Brandt stood right in there as that shot was flying, and Boston with a really good job taking the eyes away from Campbell, who's a bigger goalie.
Keller will try again, passes it off to Mueller. One more again. Megan Keller, this time high. Boston regains control. Minute gone on Boston's power play. Keller walks, finds Alina Mueller. She'll let it go out in front. Blair Turnbull will play it away. Collision along the blue line. Jobsel returns to her feet, as does Turnbull. Now Hillary Knight down low. Knight taking a look. Keller steps down. Jobsel was dropping in on the near side. Boston getting crafty here on the power play. Rattray staying open. Jamie Lee Rattray, wrist shot just on the outside. And Toronto will clear it.
Here's the funny thing. They're shooting smart. Like Rattray's on her wing, and she shot for the short side. That's what the puck sees. That's a good shot. Keller at the point. It's a left-handed shot. She's shooting for the left side of the net. That's a good idea. They just didn't hit the net.
Short-handed, Spooner in front, and she scores! Back-to-back goals by Natalie Spooner. There is nothing stopping this woman. My goodness, a power play goal, a short-handed goal. We love a good jailbreak here in Boston.
Huge goal for Boston as they create a turnover. Really nice job to delay and wait for help to come in. Nurse we talked about her hockey sense earlier. So she cuts it, she's 1-on-2, and by delaying, she creates a 2-on-1. And Spooner just goes to the net. Big body, big frame, efficient stride, goes to the front of the net. The play, though, was made by Nurse. She has made 2 terrific plays. One off the puck, one with the puck, that both resulted in goals, and Spooner followed up well.
Even strength goal. Her 9th of the season. She came into this game leading her team with shots on net with a total of 34, and she's already got 2 goals in this game. Toronto finding that offensive flair. They're on a 2-game win streak before the international break, and the question was, can they continue some of that magic here 10 games later? And well, they sure can. Leading the way 3-0. Gerard heading back the other way. Looking forward, DiGirolamo. Now Boston with the break. Sam Cogan takes a look. Finds a chance out in front for Connors. A high shot.
Koga's one of those players, doesn't play a ton of minutes. The line doesn't play a ton, but they are really effective.
Turnover chance, Brittany Howard. Closing in on Emma Soderberg and collides with the post. Full force behind that shot. Tapany now a breakthrough. Tapany looking for the extra pass out in front. Boston getting some chances. Rattray taking a look for the wraparound. Rebound chance, Morin lets it go. Well, Boston getting secondary chances. A lot of their opportunities here in the second.
And they're starting to get a little grease into some of their chances, which is, I think, is what Courtney Kessel probably wants to see. They've got the volume shooting component going. Now it's a matter of getting into the grease pan and finding a couple of rebounds, tips, screens. They got to manufacture one to get their mind frame right as they're down 3-0.
Austin looking for a breakout. Turnover. Bach through traffic keeps the play going. Victoria Bach down low. Leslie holds. Flanagan calls for it. She'll receive. Callie Flanagan. Now Maggie Connors takes a look. She'll go for a skate. Connors to her feet and lets it go. Under 30 seconds to go in this second period. Toronto finding success again. 2 more goals, both by Natalie Spooner. So her 3rd straight game now with Toronto with 2 goal performances. Flanagan will look to reverse this play. LaRock taking a look. She'll try to feed it to center as Comfer in through traffic, but it'll get blown down with Boston out shooting Toronto after 40 minutes of play, but it is Toronto with the 3 goals on the scoreboard. We're joined now by leader with Boston, Megan Keller. Megan, despite the tilted score sheet so far, just how would you evaluate the 40 minutes of play so far by your team?
You know, I think we're getting good in net, and there's some rebounds there, and we can finish a few of those, and then I think we need to tighten up on our rushes in D zone. They're getting behind us right now and catching on some breakaways and some odd man rushing. So if we can tighten that up and hopefully carry a few in this next period to get us going.
You know, we were talking up here about some of those chances in front. You are generating those rebounds, and sometimes those greasy goals are the ones that can jumpstart a team. Were you talking about that on the bench in terms of converting in the hard areas?
Yeah, I think that's been a big point of emphasis for us all year. You know, we haven't been putting up many goals, so we need to go to the net and get in those scoring areas, and it may take 1, 2, 3 chances for us to bury one.
The other game going on here tonight, Minnesota-Ottawa, as we take a look, and it's PWHL Ottawa with the lead so far.
Not used to seeing Minnesota with a 0 next to their name.
Big player in question for tonight's game was Taylor Heisey. She took a challenging collision in the rivalry series game in St. Paul and had to leave the ice. So never a sight you want to see. The first overall draft pick, eventually dealing with injuries. And
she is some player. Boy, can she create. We're talking about players that are really good with the puck. I mean, she gets into traffic, it's no problem.
Malte the other way, her shot gets blocked, followed up, looking for the rebound chance. Spooner tries to jump on it. Jamie Lee Rattray now headed back the other way. Flanagan tries to run the puck around to the near side. Cogan chips it ahead, gives Turnbull a pass for Maggie Connors. Connors now with speed, gets pushed up against the boards by DiGirolamo, and here Turnbull blows a tire in the process. Connors looking to start this cycle off referee's skate, gives some time for Mueller to pick it up. Allie Monroe from Yarmouth, Nova Scotia.
A lot of trust by Toronto's coaching staff. It's a 4th line against top line type matchup, and Toronto very comfortable with it.
Turnbull to Rougeau. Quick D-to-D pass for Toronto. Finds Sam Cogan. Cogan, who was at PWHL Sonnet last year. Graduate of Wisconsin. Hits it deep into the zone, allows Jessie Comfer to be first on it. Finds Hannah Miller on the near side. Miller now a 2-on-2 battle. Comfer trying to pull this puck loose. Hannah Brandt with a watchful eye. Marvin finds Knight, looking for a stretch pass. Hillary Knight now. Her shot, far side. Guard will pick it up. Hillary Knight trying to gain control along the corner. IHF, the Female Athlete of the Year. First ever recipient of that award. Back to the point, an early shot, looking for the rebound out in front. And Davey talked about those plays in and around the crease. Well, an early chance for Boston here in the third period, trying to get one on the board here tonight.
Absolutely, throw pucks in the front of the net, try to take the goalie's eyes away, try to manufacture a goal. Like we talked about greasy goals and grease pan goals. The grease pan is kind of a little area in front of the net. And you want to be in there with your stick down, hoping for secondary shots, because the hardest thing for a team to do is to defend off the rebound, because everybody's puck watching at the front of the net. Nobody knows what's going on behind them.
Toronto trying to protect that crease. Keep life easy for Kristen Campbell. As Megan Keller out in front. Tapani, a nice give and go play. Austin trying to curate some offense here. That puck will float down into Boston's end. Toronto's going to go for a change.
Boston with a couple of good chances in Toronto on that last one. They gave up one chance, and then they tracked back pretty well to take away the middle of the ice and didn't allow Boston to get a second kick.
Spooner watching this battle. Malte comes out with it. Emma Malte with a stretch, drops the shoulder. Malte looking for the rebound chance. Soderberg standing tall. A hard nose play by Emma Malte, looking for her first here of this game.
Boston getting a couple of good chances. Gerard and Brandt involved in the offense here as they get in front of the net for a second chance. And that's what you want to do. You get the whole student body, go to the front and try to create. And then Malte with a really good job as she outraces the defender and gets a chance in front. And Malte has been good all night long for the drop of the puck.
She registered 206 points during her time with the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Who play in one of the great rinks in college hockey. It's a smaller rink, maybe 1,000 seats in it, but when it gets packed, it can just absolutely rock in there.
One of the most electric environments so far we've seen in the PWHL. Ottawa's facility at TD Place in the Glebe area in Ottawa. That rink packed, and it's hard to get a ticket these days in Toronto. Will be an exciting environment on Friday. Maggie Connors, a breakaway chance. Connors lets it go. Soderberg will make the stop.
So you remember Megan Keller talked between periods about tightening up defensively, but Toronto has done a really good job at jumping into lanes and jumping into space, and Connors does it right here. She closes up the space on the puck carrier, so the pass isn't that hard to make, and then she just takes off. But this is a great job by Soderberg. Look where she is. Heels are on the goal crease as the puck hits the hash marks, so she's got a little bit of a tactical advantage in terms of ground that she's covered. She used the depth well and shut it down. But really nice play by Toronto to spring it.
She played many years at Princeton alongside Sarah Fillier, who will be draft eligible next year. So you have to think if Tori Ryan will try and keep them together, bring in Sarah Fillier from the Ontario region, a high sought-after draft pick, and maybe putting them back together in a line here in the professional league. You never know what will happen next season.
Is there anything better than playing pro hockey with your college line mate?
So many combinations. These players begin their league here with the PWHL, whether they've come in from their college program or the PHF last year, the PWHPA, or all over. Building some chemistry. Just a 24 regular season game schedule, and Toronto finding their leg here early February. Now as Tapani tries to cut through Comfer. Rattray tries to keep the play alive. Tapani using the boards, finds Rattray out in front. She'll steer to center. Rattray a head-up play, moving through center, holding on.
Rattray, a player known for scoring big goals.
Out in front, a high shot off the post, looking for the rebound. Rattray finds a way. Dave, you called it. Jamie Lee Rattray coming up in the big moments, and Boston is on the board.
And that is a grease pan special right there by Boston. Get a puck to the front of the net and then let your goal scorers go to work. Keller once again holds it in, extends offensive zone time. Rattray invests in front of the net, stands in there, and when the rebound came loose, she got her stick free and banged it home. Look at 3 Boston players all around the goal. Remember we talked about how hard it is to defend off the shot? Because defensemen have to now turn around and re-engage. Rattray, eyes on the puck, stayed with it. All started on a great play by Keller at the blue line to keep it in.
Jamie Lee Rattray, her second of the season. Despite her limited ice, finding a way to recharge the group, whether it's just bring energy out to the line and momentum or getting on the score sheet.
Courtney Kessel told me right before the break, we were talking about Rattray, and she said a lot of teams missed out on her during the draft. We were lucky to get her.
Well, I was very interested to see if she would go and play for Ottawa, being a Canada native herself. Instead, Boston scooped her up, and if you're Danielle Marmer, you were smiling ear to ear right now as Rattray getting her second of the season in Boston.
And I love the story about her falling asleep listening to Ottawa Senators games and saying that those games are always in my mind.
Dean Brown on the radio at TSN 1200 back home, and
he's been there since the beginning, hasn't he?
Oh yeah. His voice synonymous with the Ottawa Senators, and they've been so great with PWHL Ottawa and lending a hand with what they need, promoting their game with tickets in their house. Now Toronto looking to respond. Nurse, high shot. Austin now 24 shots total, still out shooting Toronto, and there's a shot from the point. Callie Flanagan lets it go, regaining the 3-goal lead. Her first of the PWHL, Callie Flanagan from Hudson, New Hampshire will grab that puck. It'll be one to remember.
She walked the line and she got shot out of a cannon. What a play. And then just drove it to the front of the net. It's a screen set up. You know, there's something about coaches' kids. They just understand the intricacies of making good plays. She grabs a puck on the wall, walks the line, waits for the screen to set up, eyes of the goalie taken away, times it perfectly, and then finds an open spot with a quick release. Not the big clapper, the kind of the half shot. And she finds pay dirt to make it 4-1.
Another shot by Boston. Callie Flanagan, her first, the 28-year-old coming off the rivalry series. Toronto 1 for 3 so far in this game on the power play. Natalie Spooner early in the second period. Getting the goal for Toronto is fast. Lets it go. Gerard looking to chip and chase Aaron Nurse. Looking to beat her there. Gerard.
Now with 11:45 to go, green light is flashing for Boston shorthanded.
Chance, Megan Keller out in front. Hannah Brandt, she'll score! A jailbreak goal, and Rattray will join in on the celebration. 2 goals on the board now for Boston, and well, for Hannah Brandt, a huge one, her second of the season.
Big time play. You could just see that Boston was sniffing it as they really aggressively attacked on a forecheck on a penalty kill. And Brandt went to work. Boston steals the puck. They got a puck to the front of the net, and here it is, another greasy goal. 3 in proximity of the crease, puck to the front of the net, secondary opportunity, and Boston has brought their lunch pail out for period number 3 as they have closed this to 4-2.
Hannah Brandt, who was picked up in the 5th round by Boston. Her first short-handed goal here in the PWHL. And Rattray will return to the bench. Boston not backing down. Gable lets her shot go. Allie Monroe looking to round around, find her winger. She'll flip it out to center. Morin will be first on it.
Brant's another one of those players. High-end scorer when she was younger. Game has evolved into more of a 200-footer who can play in all areas, but yet still's got a really good knack for putting pucks home in front of the net.
Rougeau to center, where Turnbull will send it down deep into the zone. Girolamo, a head-up play. Sam Kogan pressures on as Emily Brown looks to Rattray. Kogan now picks it up through traffic in front. Connors tries to let the shot go. DiGirolamo will pick it up in the corner. Jessica DiGirolamo through traffic. Rattray trying to beat Rougeau. Floating that puck back to Centerly. Brown lets it go. Kogan now trying to try up as Keller, high shot, blocker save, it's loose. Rattray back to her feet, but just can't find the loose puck. And that is where Boston is generating success, just in and around Kristen Campbell's crease.
And Boston's got to go it now. Keller with another really good play. Puck gets to the front of the net, and look at the charge to the front. This time a good defensive play by Toronto to make sure that Rattray doesn't get an opportunity on it as fast. Makes a good play in front, taking Rattray down, making sure the stick gets tied up, and Campbell stayed right with it.
Kraken settles at center. Keller looking to move that puck up ice. The Rock beats Hillary Knight. She'll get pushed up against the boards. Hannah Brandt out in front. Trying to find Taylor Gerard.
Boston winning races, Boston winning 50-50 pucks, Boston winning battles down low, and they are creating a ton of chances right now.
The dominant third period here by Boston. As Brittany Howard works hard along the boards. Victoria Bach takes a look. Skates to center, far side pass to Howard, a tough angle, well, she'll let the shot go. Allie Monroe taking a look up ice. Later college hockey at Syracuse. Battle against time now for Boston. As Keller slows up pace, reverse pass for Fratkin. One more, finds Hannah Brandt. Brandt now looking to center. Sent back down by Callie Flanagan. Picking up her first goal in the PWHL here in Lowell. Big moment for her. It's been fun to watch her over the years. Saw her at the Pyeongchang Olympics in 2018, winning gold with the United States. Now as Natalie Spooner flips that down deep into Boston's zone. She'll get pushed up against the boards by Nurse. Malte comes in for help. Megan Keller looking to go for a skate. She'll find Rattray. Chips it ahead. Jamie Lee Rattray gaining momentum. She'll turn back and wait for support. Rattray looking to center. Johnson back for Rattray. Outside shot will land. Campbell will play it to the far side. Tapany getting held up by Fast. The play will continue. Now back for Marvin. Gigi Marvin lets a long shot go. Sustained pressure now for Boston.
And the key is just don't get anything blocked. Like that's true. If you're going to miss the net, miss short side, that's fine. Play up the backboard to the front of the net, great. Just don't have one go off a shin guard for a breakaway.
Natalie Spooner now. LaRock trying to get that by Tapany, and Boston regrouping. Marvin now deep into Toronto's zone. Boston will use this as an opportunity to change. D'Arcangelo will take to the ice for Boston. Now DiGirolamo cuts back. Fighting off the pressure. Now Alina Mueller feeds it ahead. Tries to let the shot go. That will be a penalty as DiGirolamo couldn't get the shot off. It will be 2 minutes for hooking. Now on the face-off to the right of Campbell. Tapany taking the draw for Boston. Rolls back to the hands of Keller. Brandt feeds it to Tapany. Now Keller, Mueller drops down quietly. She'll pick up the puck. Now Keller walking to center. Off the skate of Tapany. Mueller lets it go. Hillary Knight looking to set up his power play structure, but Brandt will get pushed up against the boards by Renata Fast. Now Tapani keeps his puck alive. Walks down, in for Hannah Brandt. She'll take a look, back for Susanna Tapani. Mueller walking, back for Tapani. Shot, just in behind the crease. Keller drops down for help. Megan Keller now. Met by Blair Turnbull. Talk about power killing. Well, Blair Turnbull, that is her MO here on the penalty kills. The sustained pressure for Boston. Brandt, back for Tapani. Keller, one-time shot high. Save made off the body in front. Not a fast will play it to the boards.
Mueller's just hunting for space here.
Alina Mueller, one-time shot off the post.
She found it.
Keller will try and opt for a pass instead. Tapani back to Keller. Under 40 seconds to go on Boston's power play. Looking to get within one. Tapani now, back for Mueller. Hong shot, and Kristen Campbell will hold on.
Mueller's 11 in green. She'll be at the bottom of your screen. She snuck in there. She just waited and waited. She watched the play, and then at the right time, she sneaks in and gets a really good opportunity, and then a second shot a second ago. Joe Britannia was the commissioner of hockey for 23 years. He's an old buddy of mine. He texted me and he said, Mueller might be my favorite player, male or female, in all those years as the commissioner of hockey. That's how special a player she was.
That is a big statement. Alina Mueller, so nice off the ice, and an outstanding athlete on. And making the Irons sing, so close on the power play.
Joe, a tremendous commissioner, a great ambassador for the game, and one of the best tie collections in hockey.
Ooh. Gable, collision at the blue line. Rougeau also slow to get up, a broken stick on the play. Sarah Nurse now, get back to 5-on-5. Under 4 minutes to go. Gable trying to keep this puck above the circles. Mueller gets the job done. She'll turn back now. Mueller generating speed. Looks to chip around LaRock. Flanagan stepping in for help.
So the question is, the player coming out of the penalty box, did they get a plus also, or they didn't get to play with one?
Soderberg to the bench, so Toronto down by numbers. Boston with the extra attacker on the ice. 6-on-5. Toronto giving it all they have. Boston giving a final push here. An empty net. Nurse was looking for it. Spooner looking for the wraparound, trying for the hat trick. Back to the point fast. That gets blocked by Hannah Brandt. Goaltending by Hannah Brandt. Nurse backhand shot. That will roll below the goal line.
Spooner scores 2 great goals and gets stopped on a stuff attempt by the D.
Tapani leaves it. Out in front, fast, jumps on the loose puck. Malte, Comfort, front! Natalie Spooner, a hat trick here in Boston. Well, a goal's a goal. And with the empty net, that solidifies Toronto's 5-2 lead now on Boston. And Natalie Spooner getting her first hat trick here, the PWHL.
And she has just turned into a scoring machine. Playing with tremendous confidence, gets the empty netter as she buries this one in front. But Toronto down in numbers here with Boston playing with the extra attacker. They carried the play, they dominated it. And really good job by Toronto to manage these last 8 minutes as Boston made a push.
A reset here at the face-off. And Natalie Spooner, all smiles, just talking through the chaos that was in front of the empty net as Soderberg returns to her crease. Close out this third period. Gable looking for Hillary Knight at center. Conver flips it down to middle. Boston trying to find a way here in the third period, but Toronto responding on every single push that Boston gave them. DiGirolamo just trying to get it deep into the zone. This game for Boston, New York, Toronto will have the big battle on Bay Street on Friday against Montreal. Hands bar down, Boston not giving up. Taylor Girard lets it go from the slot.
Now, was that ever a laser beam that came out of nowhere? And there's still time. He got a minute and a half to go here. And Girard doesn't waste any time. Corrals it, waits for the screen to establish, and fires it home. Aaron pass picked off, and Girard just went to work as Campbell got caught deep.
Taylor Girard getting her third of the PWHL. So late in the game, that always feels good. Not backing down for Boston here. And the 3 points in regulation would be big for either team here tonight to solidify that third place. With 14 points total, and that's the pull ahead you need.
Well, keep an eye on Soderberg here with a minute to go. As Boston gains possession, she should be heading towards the bench.
Final minute to go here in the third period. Another strong push by Boston in this third period. The other way, a chance for DiGirolamo gets taken down in the process, and here comes Soderberg to the bench. So 6-on-5 for Boston to close out this third period. Anna Brand at the face-off dot for Boston. She'll win it back. DiGirolamo steps in, but her shot off body of Kogan. Keller just lets it go. Another block shot by Toronto. Hillary Knight now down low to Hannah Brand. She'll take a look. Out Keller, one-time shot. Campbell finds Hillary Knight. Pasco pinning her up against the boards. Boston pulling it back to the blue line. Now deep below the goal line, Hillary Knight feeds Brand. Takes a look. Keller, one-time shot. Final 5 seconds. DiGirolamo lets it go, but there's the buzzer. And a dominant performance by Toronto from top to bottom. And though not a shutout for Kristen Campbell, she will get the win, and that will be her 4th straight between the pipes for Toronto.